Okay, finally example 3. The only difference between this one and the first two is this has 3 terms to it instead of 2. So when we're trying to find the greatest common factor in this picture, we're going to have to find common things in all 3 things to count them. So the first object, 16x squared y p cubed. 16 is 2 to the 4th power. Again, if you can do that mentally, fine. If not, do a factor tree, get it down to all prime numbers. 16 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, better known as 2 to the 4th. Then I have x squared y to the 1st p cubed minus the second term has 4x cubed y squared p. 4 is 2 squared. X is cubed, y is squared, p is to the 1st. Plus the final term has 2, which is just 2 to the 1st power. It's already prime. You can't break that down. X squared, y squared, p to the 15th. And that's priority 1 on these problems. Factor everything completely and write them in power form. Instead of giving me 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, give me 2 to the 4th power. We want to compare powers, and that's what we have to do. So looking at common factors, we have a 2, and a 2, so 2 counts. It has to be in all 3 to count. So 2 isn't everything. We have x, 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 so x isn't everything. Y, 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 so y isn't everything. P, p, and p, so p isn't everything. And again, these objects are all being multiplied together. So 2x, y, and p are all being multiplied together. All we have to do now is establish the lowest power of each one. So for 2, what's the smallest?
1.
The first power. So basically just look at all the 2's. We have a 4 and a 2 and a 1. Take the smallest one. For x's we have 2 and 3 and 2.
2.
So take one of the 2 2's. It doesn't matter which one.
One.
Y is 1. We have 1, 2, and 2, so 1. And for p we have 3, 1, and 15. We take out the 1.
If you see a 1 on 1, can you just automatically take out that 1?
If you've already established that that's a common factor, that p isn't everything, for example, then yes. Here would be a situation if this p to the 15th weren't here. So even though that's a 1 and that's a 3, there's no p on this one. So then p is not even a common factor at all, so it wouldn't get written down. All right. So if that happened, this wouldn't be there. All right. So that's the one thing to concern yourself with. But yeah, if you have a common factor already and 1 is one of the powers, then absolutely that's the common factor.
Okay.
All right. So then finally, once you get to that point, all I can do is beautify it up a little bit. GCF equals 2 to the 1st is 2, and then we have x squared yp. All right. For final answers, go ahead and just like squish them all together instead of having these dots for multiplication. Numbers times letters are assumed to be multiplied. Letters times letters are, when you write letter, it's assumed to be multiplied. So just go ahead and just push it all together without the raised dots anymore. It's just a much more elegant way of writing the answer.